Janine! 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 Halika sandali. Nagsahin na gabi. Yan ang bigat, wala ng bigat, hindi pa nilagyan ko ng malagayan. Bigat yan.
I'll find out as soon as the police have time with the body. The friend in there might go down there. He has people looking for him in Dubrovnik. The kind of people I wouldn't mind owing me a favor. I can get the jet started there in an hour. And you, Jack Ryan, I'm sure you're about to tell me that you're a civilian.
I am.
That's good. Make things easier for unlocking intelligence because you're a prime suspect in a double homicide.
Really? Even though you're the one who pulled the trigger.
From what angle? You heard the shot and you saw me appear from the opposite side. Come on. I had you smarter than that.
Well, if you think you know me, then you know I have friends.
Same friend in that photograph. The same friend who put your life at risk instead of his own. And the same friend who killed a man in Karachi. Did he even tell you that story? The way I heard it, Korea stabbed in that bit that was going to get him killed, but instead got him demoted. That's the language. Did you ever hear anything different to that? No? I didn't think so. So this is the man Korea killed. I haven't seen any stabberings with that key, but torture done right, that's TP.
You're trying to tell me that James Greer tortured this man to death?
No, not helping me, but betraying the man who did. What do you know about Starling?
Starling?
Yes.
I hear it's a bird.
By the look on his face, he really told you absolutely nothing. Greer and I built a house up to create a operating task force stage after 9/11. It was a black ops unit. It was created out of pure rage, and their rules were their slash of them reflected that sentiment. They ranked up ahead of the white flag in the early days of the war, but then councils and committees came faster and louder. In Karachi, James Greer put the force the entire program without naming names.
Names like Nigel.
Names like Crown, Liam Crown. Did Greer ever mention that? No. Nothing.
Huh? Bakit Nami? Bakit? Anong ginawa na naman? Ayaw ka niya? Sino kasi siya, huwag ka matakot. Ay, gumadisyob ng patayin. Pero bili ka muna ng gatas bago ka umalis. Yan na lang sa customer mo.
Wala pa nga sinasabi siya sa kung anong gatas.
Playoff, I think it was changed. Remember the coach first out to putting pressure on the rim, and then we lost some of that. The Dallas takes the putting more pressure on the rim, and then eventually, so they got going from the three-point line. So we got to do a better job of limiting their look. My Adams got the vibe. He said they're ready to go.
All right, Ben Slitz, Sweeney going to be the head coach of Orlando next year. Congratulations to him. Terrific coach, getting the opportunity of a lifetime. And Champagne cuts to 5. Champagne with the second field goal. Ball poked out of bounds. That's touched by Wembanyama. 10 to shoot for the Knicks. Pressure out extended. You've already seen it in that first 2 trips. They got a strip on Brunson on their first trip, and there you see, again, all 3 Spurs defenders out by midcourt, making it difficult. Boy, Castle, good ball denial. And a man passes down the wall. That's all because of Castle's ball denial. 100%. And also the pressure on the ball. Carl-Anthony Towns can't really tee it up as much as you like, but that's still a difficult pass. Castle's going to be NBA All-Defense sooner rather than later.
So that was
Wembanyama, the Defensive Player of the Year, tied up nicely. Gets it out to Champagne, and Champagne drills it out of foul. Bronson's going to pick up his second and a chance for a 4-point play for Champagne. Are they going to review this? Well, they're walking over to the scores table. Yeah. I mean, he's acting. I couldn't really, he couldn't see it from this angle. He's acting as if he did roll his ankle.
we reviewed this closeout to see if we can criteria for a play to stop.
Many Brooklyn boys played at Bishop Lockwood High School. That's where Mark Jackson played. Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, no. Yeah. That's not a hostile act on that closeout by Brunson. He played a lot of games on this court as well. He played college ball at St. John's. That's an interesting one. You don't typically see the defender turn his back to the shooter to where his foot came down on Jalen Brunson's calf area. Well, he's probably going to
This closeout was question, so therefore Brunson will be a set to play to foul.
one of the feet goes towards the shooter. That's usually he doesn't like the call.
Well, and that's the thing, you got to give them that landing zone. It didn't look like it in the first replay, but anytime in any of your body, if they land on it, unless you have an unnatural shooting motion with Champagne,
so used to seeing the shooter come down with his foot on top of the foot of the closed out defender. That's how Brunson completely turned his back to him. He determined that he did not give him enough landing area. And a call, obviously, in the flagrant free throws of possession. Yeah, plenty of the game now with 8 points. He's had some magnificent games. It's a back to the goal. So this, because it's a 3-pointer, it's 1 shot and 10 possessions. Like Champagne was saying the other day, he's in New York when he went to San Antonio. Man, the pace is so slow, and now it's his favorite thing about San Antonio. The pace getting too quick here in New York. This could be some possession. So left wide open 3-pointer, can't get it. And I don't know where the rebound. Well, a lot of bumping there. Brunson gets inside. Back up top, Ananobi. Now it switches. Brunson, shot clock winding down. Dribbles, drives inside, shot off the glass, can't get it. Right to the rebound. Brunson gets it back, puts it up in. Josh Hart helped that play by making the difference for San Antonio to get the rebound. Champagne lines it up. Can't get the ball with Vignano. They're not going to come up with it. And OG Ananobi coming in there, even though he didn't get it clean. He stopped Victor from getting an offensive rebound. Ananobi wants it there to the right. Attempting the right time and time again. He's got 19. He's not a substitute, but all that trail, he should not be able to catch it. At 28-30 speed to get to the rim without anybody stepping in front. Good awareness. Fox fakes, drives, land, no good but a foul. So Sly Fox now will get a couple of free throws.
Yeah, this is OG Ananobi trailing the play. He takes a quick glance. You know, the Castle doesn't have the angle for him. Champagne clears out, and one more glance at Wemby there at the end, and he still has it. He can't get over there. That's the play you were talking about, Mike, where Josh Hart was engaged with Castle and it freed up Jalen Brunson to just go pick up that loose ball off the glass.
Foul on Hart, his first. Fox coming off that 20-point game in Game 2. The loss overshadowed his big bounce-back game after Ruck Game 1. His ankle's starting to look a little bit better. He's been feeling that for that since the second round. So that's the best game since turning the ankle. Tonight, 6 points, 6 assists. Champagne now on the switch. Shot clock at 7. Brunson drives, spins, gets inside. Looking, finds Towns, ball knocked away, picked up by Castle. There's a sensational defense. The zone foul by Hart.
To your point, Mike, that defense right there, they're starting their offense with 8-9 seconds. And now Jalen Brunson is forced to go to one-on-one with an elite defender in front of him. He has no angle, no place to actually make something happen.
Yeah, RJ, no one else touched the ball in this possession. That's just a lot of work for your point guard. He's picked up by 2 different defenders. The amount of energy that he expended just on that one possession, that's difficult against a great defense. And you can see they swung it, and then now they're off and running. And they've had nothing in transition tonight till that. They have multiple players who can put that kind of pressure on.
Oh, they have an entire bench of guys. You have guys, even when you look down their bench, the amount of players that come in, Harper does it. There's so many players that they allow to play physical on that defensive end, and they just turn different guys at Brunson.
Russell hits it there, back to 1. Castle now smothering Bridges. Ananobi. Step back. Wemby went for the fake. Hart to Brunson again. And a foul away from the ball as Ananobi gets knocked down. I believe it's going to be on Vignano. That's his second.
He grabbed first, and then OG Ananobi grabs back to try to get by.
already have 3 team fouls here in this third quarter. Ananobi drives on Champagny. Steps back, double team. Back up top to Brunson. 5 on the 24. Bridges cuts, kicks it up. Hard another 3. Can't get to the ball. And the rebound himself. Fox pushes. Fox drives, gets inside. A big shot blocked from behind by Towns. Ball went out of bounds, and it's going to be Spurs ball. Aggressive move from Fox. Good help defense from the Knicks.
The Knicks are struggling. They had that initial start, but right now they get any offensive close. Sometimes you get them at defensive rhythm, and right now the Spurs look very smooth with where they're moving and cutting off angles.
Castle. Double. Kicks it out in the corner. 3-quarter misses. And Hawk grabs another rebound. And Castle leading Brunson at half court. Here's his time. Threw it up. And a chance for a 3-point play.
And again, the hardest part about this is that he's on the side of his shooting arm and is able to get that up. That is focus. That is concentration. Look, he's looking over almost behind him at where the basket is. That's a difficult shot by big body press. No idea how he got it to go, but if you're De'Aaron Fox right there, you've got to fully commit and absorb that contact if you want to try to steal the ball and draw an offensive foul. By backing away, you're going to make it easy for the official.
That's his second surface shot of the game. He's got 20. Wembanyama. Beautiful, smooth-looking jumper there. The short roll pull-up jumper. He has not been really looking for taking it. It's all been a hard roll to the rim for a 3. That's the area that I think he can do some damage. See Fox on Towns. Reaching call on Fox. That's his third foul. And the third team foul.
No.
Hoffer and Johnson will come back for San Antonio.
Yung gadget ni Luna.
He knows that he's going to get a hedge by Carl Anthony Towns.
Hanggang gabi?
He's going to get that whenever he wants. Now it's just a
Sabi
matter
naman,
of
maghanap yan sa paano.
there's
Matulog
no
na
way
tanghali.
Oo nga, bago matulog mamang tanghali yun.
with that kind of length. 17 for Wemby, 7 assists for Fox.
Maghahanap.
Maghahanap. Ano ba gadget niya?
Johnson on Towns. Switches up on Brunson.
Hindi na nagsido.
Dito.
Johnson moving his feet. Brunson. It's Max. Brunson flips it up with the left hand.
Okay.
Dito lang Spurs have numbers. Vassell lines up 3-pointer. That's good.
Right.
And Vassell now in double figures. Spurs back up top.
Galing na Luna? Ay, Lili?
Vassell pokes it away.
Galing na yan?
This is who the San Antonio Spurs are. Their team. They were down 3-2 to the defending champions.
Magaling nga
They're
siya.
down
Kung magagamot
They're
pa.
down at halftime on the road in a crucial game. And what do? They come out and take control in this third quarter leg.
A great push right there by Harper. The speed off the glass, great outlet by Wemby. They haven't had too many opportunities with numbers in the open floor. Second youngest team in finals history. Only the 77 Blazers play like a young team as Ananobi drills another. He's 7 of 8 from the field. And the next back up by 1. Here comes Harper. Elton Johnson drives on Brunson, spins, double team, and draws the foul. Good aggressive move from Elton Johnson. It will result in free throws.
Okay, bigyan na lang din ako para sigurado.
Bili ka na lang dito.
Johnson calls Elton Johnson the heart and soul of the team. You guys talked about it, 6 man. He has not played well so far in the first 2 games, but a good aggressive move there.
And right now, on the other end of the floor, Mikal Bridges, who had 20 points last game, has only attempted 1 shot. Now, he gets things through the flow of the game, but he's also got to figure out a way to get his the ball.
Go to the NBA app for complete finals coverage, live post-game press conferences with Brunson and Wembanyama. You hear the coaches, Brown and Johnson's game 3 reactions. Download the NBA now. Spurs missing free throws. Ananobi grabs the rebound. Its lead remains 1. That's up for Keldon Johnson because that finally looks like him offensively. He's a very physical driver, but he's not able to cash in on the tail end. San Antonio's missed 6 free throws so far. Runs to the Hart. Corner 3, puts it up. Wants it in. John Starks. From Hart heroics, 7 game threes, 4 of 6. turnover. Bad pass for Brunson. 11 turnovers for the Knicks. We'll take a timeout.
Well, Josh Hart hasn't shot it well overall from the three in the postseason, and none of that matters when you're trying to close out a finals and get game 3.
Spurs keeping it close so far in this third quarter, but the Knicks have got so many weapons. We've talked about a bunch of them, and I guess we really have to look at Jalen Brunson and just how much he's drawing defenders to him as well.
Yeah, he creates so much attention that he has been able to create for all of the other guys we've been speaking about this game. Now, we almost forgot to talk about him. He's been quiet, but you look at the stat sheet, he has 20 points, and you're like, how? When he's been pressured, he's been doubled, they're forced the ball out of his hands, but you know why? Because he's a professional scorer. Plays like this. This is just ridiculous.
I don't know how many times I've seen that, and I can't believe he's got it to go.
Well, what makes him so unique is that he doesn't play with speed. He gets the 2 feet where he always has all of his options at his disposal, so he always makes the right decision in the paint.
Yeah, 20 more points today. I think he wants a 7-game series if he wants to take on Patrick Ewing. I can't see that.
I think he'll take the championship.
I think he'll take the championship instead. We can give him the choice. No question about that. 4 turnovers, but I guess when he's handed the ball out of the backcourt as much as he is, they're going to come from the territory.
And when you're being pressured and you're being doubled, and then you got Victor Wembanyama hiding out in the lead, so you live with that. But again, he's able to spray out the shooters. He has 4 assists to combat that as well. But you know, how about OG Anunoby? When we see the former Knicks there, they're loving it there. And Josh Hart, just the job he's done tonight has been incredible.
Yeah, 16 points on 4 of 6 shooting from downtown. He's been rebounding so well all series, averaging nearly 9 rebounds per game. He's got 6 already today. But now he's adding firepower to go with all that defensive muscle as well.
Yeah, he's learning from the experience of the Cleveland series because these shots, although they're open and they're a professional player, those are tough shots because they give you time to think about it. But see how the defense is respecting it now because he hit a couple and then there's nothing to think about.
What you're going to say, always good for shot. Knocks it on the stones off.
Lob inside, Wembanyama, tough catch on the foul. She kicked that on the other side, talking about, I don't even know if that's a quick jump as much as it is just a long arm. Oh, and their first second chance point of the game there, Len. 7, it's at 19 now for Victor Wembanyama. Brunson pulls up, jumper, can't get it. Mitchell Robinson has come on. Harper back in the game with Johnson, Vassell, Castle, and Wemby. Long three, passes last second. Johnson gathers, lays it up, and in. Great look for Victor.